Hey, it's Prune here, and I'm coming to you with part 3 of my zombie survival plan. And I've been talking for way too long already today, almost fucking 2 hours with all my videos that I've done today. But I want to get this one done for you guys. Um, so we left off at fire extinguisher, and like I said, not the big ones, the little ones that are like kitchen size that you can hold in one hand and spray the fire. Because if your shit starts on fire, you better, you know, stop it. Um, then fix a flat. That can use that's obviously used to fix a flat tire. You can do a lot of different things. Like, you can clog up holes in like if you have a shelter that's got holes and shit in it, you can seal it up with that, and that'll create a barrier that it'll make it basically like watertight, sort of. I mean, it makes the tires watertight, so it's going to be watertight. It insulates the heat and stuff like that. So fix the flat is definitely worth it. Batteries, bunch of batteries. I'm not talking about like C and D and 9 volt and shit. Double A's and triple A's are mainly just the ones that you'll be using. Um, Paper and pencils and a small pencil sharpener. And I'm talking about the pencil sharpener that's like that big, just like that little square, just a little handheld thing that like you had in like first and second grade that you would take to school and be like, I can sharpen over the garbage can, that kind of thing. Bleach, which actually is really, really handy, and I never thought of this at first. I actually went online and kind of looked at some other videos about zombies shit, and they said bleach is really good for like disinfecting like water and shit. 9 to 1 water to bleach makes a disinfectant for cuts, and for every gallon of water, if you put 16 drops of bleach, like from a pipette, which are on my list as well for the bleach specifically, use a pipette, put 16 drops of it into a gallon of water, shake it up, let it like mix up or whatever, let it sit for a little bit, and then you have a purified whole gallon of water. So if you go like to a river or whatever, and the river looks a little bit dingy, fill the gallon of water up, and put the 16 drops of um, bleach in there, and go on your merry way. If you need to drink some. I'd say probably after an hour, it should be pretty well mixed, and the bad stuff should be killed by then. Um, then glass breaker slash cutter. I would rather have a glass cutter because that's silent, depending on what you do with the piece of glass that you take out. Um, because like basically, if you have a piece of glass that's like a window, I would cut a circle almost all the way, but I would also like cut out a triangle, like a really tiny triangle, poke that through, and then use the triangle to reach in and grab the glass and pull it out, because that'll let you get into like locked doors that have glass windows, like on grocery stores and stuff. Um, it'll come in handy for like gun cases and things like that that are like they're locked. You can use the glass cutter or the glass breaker to get into them and get what you need. Pipettes, like I said, for the bleach. Zip ties, a lot of uses for zip ties that you wouldn't necessarily use your military paracord for. Because your military paracord's like, I don't know, about that thick or so, about the size of a dime. So, like the zip ties are definitely used for smaller things. A lanyard, which is actually it's what you call like those necklace things that they come around. They hold your keys and like an identification card or whatever the hell. I would take a lanyard just because you know you can put like just certain things. You can put a flashlight on there. Um, there's all kinds of stuff you can put on there. You can put like a little container, a little watertight container on there with like important stuff in there, like matches and stuff. Keep that on you at all times. Compass, which I'd recommend taking, is a compass. That's actually the next thing on the list. Um, because actually, you might actually want to take 2 or 3 compasses just to make sure that all of them are accurate, that they all point north, so you guys will know exactly where you're going. Me personally, I live in Milwaukee, and I'm not afraid to say that I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I'm not gonna actually give you my like address or anything. I'm going north to like Sheboygan or something, and then I'm gonna go west because it's nothing but fields for like miles until you get to like the next big city. There's like 20 miles of just fields and like farms and shit, and then there's a bunch of trees and forests and whatever. Not many people out there for a while. It's a good thing. Um, Tiny mirror for like like a signaling mirror. It's got I can't talk. It's got like a little hole in the center of it so you can line it up with like aircraft and shit. So if you want to like signal them and show them that there's people down here, you can just line it up, like look through the little hole, kind of like whatever, and go and do this with it so the light reflects and it gets their attention, but keep it in line with the aircraft or whoever you're signaling, just so you can make sure you have their attention. A blade sharpener for your knives because they're gonna get dull and you're gonna need a blade sharpener. I found a blade sharpener actually at Walmart for like $5, and it's literally like this is my cell phone. It's literally like that big a square. So they're small and they're very useful. And actually, blade sharpeners, if you get a metal, um, like a steel tipped or a copper tipped whatever bolt set for your crossbow, you can sharpen the tips of them in the blade sharpener, which is pretty cool. And this, you guys might think that this sounds weird, but condoms, 2 to 3 condoms, if not more, like a handful of condoms, just because one, if you get lucky, you get lucky. You don't want kids running around. That's not good. And on top of that, one, well, the kids thing and STD stuff like that. You don't want to catch an STD in an apocalypse. That's not good. Um, then on top of that, if you don't get lucky, um, use them for water collection, like in the rain, because you can stretch them out and like put them at like the base of a um, like a downspout of a house and collect the runoff from the bottom of it, not the main flow because it's all filled with leaves and shit. But put it underneath it and have it where like the little drops that come down, they can go into there, and you can actually filter the water in the condom with a little filter, like a purification tablet. Put that, ooh, excuse me, in the condom with the water in it, purify it, pour it into your canteen or whatever you're using for water. And there you go, you have fresh drinking water. And then what I think I'm gonna take, basically my main goal for especially like a zombie apocalypse, like I said, I'm gonna go north to Sheboygan and I'm gonna hit west. Well, I'm gonna hit up Sheboygan, see what I can find in there. Um, go to farmhouses and shit, see if there's any people with like guns that if they're dying already or if they're already dead, I'm taking their weapons. And if I have to kill them, I will kill them for their weapons, regardless. So I will get people's weapons and stuff like that because it's a survival of the fittest. Um, and I'm going to search all that area. I'm going to keep an eye on the actual town of Sheboygan because I can always go back and forth between where I'm staying in Sheboygan, um, especially if I have a Prius because it's quiet. Um, takes no energy from me, and I can watch and see like if there's a big group of people. I just had to check my phone real quick. Sorry. If there's a big group of people or whatever or zombies that are over there, then I'm gonna avoid it. But once they pass, I'm gonna look for a boat. Like I'm not talking about one of those fucking little row. No, fuck those little rowboats and little speedboats and shit. No, I'm getting like almost like a yacht, kind of. But I'm talking about like the ones that you can like live in, like a live-in boat, because they got like a little porch and like they got a kitchen and a bathroom and shit in there. So I'm definitely gonna find one of those. I'm gonna commandeer it. It's gonna be mine, and I'm gonna take a small fishing pole and some bait, um, a fire pit or a small grill, like one of those little green grills or whatever that you use. It's like a personal grill. You can get them at Walmart for like 25, $30 or whatever. They hold like 10 pieces of charcoal, have a little grate, and that's it. Take one of those because I can cook on there. Um, Or I could take I have a fire pit in my backyard. It only weighs like 10 pounds maybe. If I were to have a way to get that to the boat, or get something like that to the boat, I'll take that with, because, you know, it's cold up here. The water is going to be cold too, so everything around me is cold. I'm going to need something to burn wood in to stay warm in the winter. Um, and the fishing pole and the bait, that's for me to get food, you know. I'm not going to live off a squirrel and shit, and nuts and peanut butter and whatever. I'm going to need some protein. Um, and with the fire pit or small grill, that depends on if I take some wood or charcoal. And either way, I'm probably gonna take a little bit of charcoal for the fish cooking, and I'll take the wood, or like I have a hatchet, so I can go to land and get wood or whatever when I need it. But that also brings me to my next point: the group of people that you go in. Now, I'm gonna leave that for part four, and part four is gonna be short. Trust me, it's gonna be like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, if that. Um, but I want to keep all my videos under 15 minutes, because if you get bored with it, I don't want it to be a whole long fucking like 50-minute video of me just blabbing Prune Talks. And you just get bored and you go, I don't want that to happen. I don't want you to fall asleep with my videos and shit. So I'm going to stop this here. Check out the links in the description. There's links here in the video for part 1, 2, and 4. This is part 3. And, yep. Have a nice day, people. Peace out.